Hi, Glenn Phillips with Lake Homes Realty and lakehomes.com. So the lake real estate market, is it a seller's market or a buyer's market? It's a common question right now, and I think there's a lot of confusion. So to recap, a seller's market means that the sellers themselves can command a higher price. There tends to be limited inventory with a large interest by a lot of buyers, so sellers in the world of supply and demand have some advantage. The buyer's market means buyers have more options. There are fewer buyers. Many sellers are wanting to appeal to them. So the buyer can offer perhaps a lower price, a more competitive price, and they typically have more things to pick from. So they could pick this house instead of that house, and the sellers are wanting to lure them because they want their house sold. The pricing is where the big key is about supply and demand that shifts. Are we in a buyer's market or a seller market at the lake, and any market as well? In the recent years, we saw through COVID a decline of inventory as things were consumed, and that created very much a seller's market. During COVID frenzy, it was a seller's market. So many people wanted to get out of the city and get a lake home. It has shifted though as inventory has gone to historic levels. You would think that now there's still great demand, that this would make it still the seller's market. But we've seen an interesting change. There's still a lot of demand, but the frenzy in demand has abated. People become a little more practical, more realistic. They aren't wanting to pay the COVID frenzied price. So interestingly, while there is a shortage of inventory right now, there is not this kind of hyper competitive. Now, in the last few months, there's been an increase in inventory of both lake real estate and primary residential real estate. But there's a little trick to this. I call it phantom inventory. The reason, homes that are priced appropriately sell very quickly, so they don't go into the inventory. But there's still sellers who think they're in a strong seller's market and they've overpriced beyond the tolerance of today's buyer. And so these homes sit. So inventory has increased, but it's not going anywhere. These homes are listed, but they're not really for sale. So this makes it appear that we've had a shift in the market, and there's a little bit. What I really believe we're in is we're not in a buyer's market or a seller market. We're in a stalemate market. This means that there's a bit of equilibrium. The buyers are very patient. They want what they want, and they refuse to overpay, as they may have done during the COVID frenzy. Meanwhile, we have sellers, and they also can be patient at the lake because they don't often have to sell. And all these transactions are more than often cash. So each party is not affected by interest rate that often pushes people in and out of the markets. So are we in a buyer's market or a seller's market at the lake real estate? It could probably vary depending on where you're looking and what you're interested in a little bit, but for the most part, we're in neither. We're in a stalemate market where the sellers have a little bit of advantage if they price appropriately, but otherwise the buyers and sellers have balanced out. I hope this information's been helpful. You can check out tens of thousands of properties for sale on lakes all across the country at lakehomes.com, as well as visit with and contact one of our agents who will be the expert in your local market, and they're going to know, is that local market a buyer's market or a seller's market, or as I just called it, a stalemate market. Hope this information has been helpful. Thank you and have a great day. For more information, be sure to check out lakehomes.com.